Hello, I am Ayan the astrologer, and this is a video about the full moon Aries Libra on September 29, 2023. The full moon in Aries opposite the sun in Libra brings new tensions. At the same time, it takes the sting out of some of the old fears. The sublime energy of the chart is the one that is not in it. This full moon precedes the eclipse season, and its energy feels like a preparation. In the next month, powers will shift, accompanied with upheavals. Those are not terrifying or even worrisome so much. Those are only changes, and some of them will prove right in the long run. The moon in Aries brings the energy of competition, opposite the sun in Libra, which prefers cooperation. The Aries-Libra axis is about relationships. It's about a self, Aries, and another self, Libra, joining together, trying to become one unit. Ideally, when the two of them support each other and themselves, they are both enriched and can face life strengthened by the bond. In real life, relationships are filled with power struggles, each partner striving to dominate the other partner. The result is that they face life depleted and weak separately and together. My name is Maayan the astrologer. You are welcome to send an email to me to astrologer@astrologywork.com and schedule your own private consultation. This full moon will change those power struggles by shifting the power from one side to the other. Venus, Libra's lord, is in an exact square to Uranus at the time of the full moon, and that spells upheavals. Venus in Leo, fresh from its retrograde, still in the shadow degrees, is searching for meaning and self-expression, looking for creativity and for new avenues for self-expression. Uranus represents the radicals on either side of the political map, those who preach for violence as well as those who preach for peace. Both extremes over time become narrow, repetitive, and separative. The square between Venus and Uranus highlights the struggle between those who are in the center to those on the extreme. The power shift lies in the surprising turn of public sentiments. The interest that the political extreme received in the past 18 years is wearing out. It is hitting a formidable social wall. It will be considered boring. The moon in Aries brings with it a childlike approach to life. It is an impulsive energy, usually enthusiastic. Jumps ahead without thinking and then jumps ahead to the next thing. This moon is innocent and never checks the facts. Therefore, it is easily deluded, hot-tempered, acting spontaneously, and not thinking about consequences. Moon in Aries will not accept routine, repetitiveness, and his biggest woe is being bored. The sun in Libra tends to be charming, compromising, and socially active. This can lead to hiding one's emotion behind the social decree. It is a sign representing the law, yet its bigger power lies in its ability to be a trendsetter. This full moon fills us with questions, yet the answers will come only next month, after the eclipses. Therefore, expect to feel as if you are hung in the air, not sure anymore what is right or wrong, left or right. I can't give you the answers in this short video. All I can do is suggest that asking those questions and the shaky feeling of not being sure is the right feeling for this time. There is value in questioning your relationships and what they are based on. The new trends will prove vague, incoherent, and hard to describe. Mercury, representing clear definitions and the common sense, among other things, is in an opposition aspect to Neptune. When Mercury is opposite Neptune, we tend to say the wrong thing at the wrong time. We are easily deluded, and our social sense gets a bit out of sync. The very same opposition can give us insights, inspiration, and vague, spiritually fulfilling feelings, yet seem far from our daily lives. Mercury is also in a harmonious aspect to Uranus, which brings us back to the notion of finding a new trend out of sheer boredom. Venus is the lord of the sun. The combination of Venus square Uranus, Mars near the south node, and Mercury opposite Neptune spell an economic and political upheaval. The financial crisis is a result of overspending that felt fun for a while, yet is now reaching the point where it, too, becomes boring. Showing off new bought items is losing its appeal. The new trend will focus more on one's talents than on one's purchases. Venus is the lord of the sun. In mutual reception with it, it is time for new voices, new outfits, and new memes. My name is Mayan. You are welcome to send an email to astrologer@astrologywork.com and schedule your own private consultation with me. And here are the full moon horoscopes. Aries. Mars conjunct the South Node during the full moon in your sign brings with it a weird feeling of emptiness. Many of you will feel bored, as if what used to interest you, what you cared about, becomes repetitive and boring. The full moon will be difficult on your relationships, and there, too, it is the feeling of exhaustion that sets up an interest drift. Taurus. Venus square Uranus shifts your attention, your interest, and changes your relationships. Many of you have been through so much in the past 2 years, and the final shift is coming this month. The difference now is that you will be the ones making the bold move, something you usually try to avoid at all costs. Gemini. The full moon will bring with it a new trend, one that you were waiting for, the bravery to try and adopt. At the same time, your sense of timing and your sharpness will be challenged. It is a good time for those insights and inspiration and for having an affair. Many of you will get excited over some new trend, yet this excitement will probably be short-lived. Cancer. The full moon in Aries will bring with it a search for a new enthusiasm. You feel bored in your old routine. Many of you will suddenly enjoy a good competition, even though you usually dislike it. You usually like repetitions, but in the coming weeks you will feel trapped hearing the same sentences again and again, and will try to find some new dictums to live by. Leo. With Venus strong in your sign, you lead the way in the coming weeks towards a personal expression and a new sense of meaning. Many of you will have the boldness to insist on something that is meaningful to you, especially something that used to be out of the social norms and now you are bringing it in. Virgo. Mercury, strong in your sign, gives you insights and a new sense of joy in what you do in your life. At the same time, you easily fall in love and easily fall out of love during the coming weeks. This is a time when your emotions are showing, and that may free you from a few social necessities you are fed up with. Libra. The full moon opposite your sign is always a time when you focus on your relationships. This year, you will also change some of your loyalties, some of your likings and dislikings. The coming eclipse will end some relationships. It will also bring with it a new interest, and one that surprises you and those around you. Scorpio. The full moon brings with it a wave of exhaustion and a sense of emptiness that will not be easy. Next month's eclipse will be the last one in your sign for the coming decade, and therefore this month will bring with it shifts that will open up new avenues of expression for you. Initially, you may not like these forced attitudes, but you will learn to appreciate them in the long run. Sagittarius. The full moon brings with it less interest in trends, power games, and other relationship issues. You usually jump early on new trends and favorites, but in the coming weeks you will be the ones who hold on to the old routines. Someone must balance the changes by standing up for what was the norm, and in this coming shift, this job is yours. Capricorn. The full moon will bring with it the same relationship issues you always have, the difference being that you care less about them. Your tendency towards keeping up with the social dictum will be lessened, and that may help you feel a bit easier with yourself and with some people you usually find hard to get along with. Aquarius. You usually are the ones who jump ahead and try anything new, but this full moon puts you in a position where you are the ones who try to stay, to hold on, to keep things as usual. Many of you will be challenged by other people who will branch out and try something different, leaving you a bit surprised by the move. Pisces. The full moon will bring some heaviness and a sense of facing reality, especially the economic reality, which you usually try to avoid. It is a time when you try and preserve what you can, while the new trends and power shifts confuse you. It is best to wait with any decision or for another month. My name is Mayan. Thank you for watching, and blessings to all.